Pablo Picasso was one of the most influential and famous artists of the 20th century, with his easily recognizable cubism style and lewd scenes. His advances in modern art set him apart from most others in his time. But did you know that he was an unfaithful womanizer? Hi, and welcome to Whoa History. In today's video, I will be showing you the insatiable passion of Pablo Picasso for woman. Let's get started. Picasso's obsession with woman began at a young age, when his father took him to brothels in southern Spain to make him a man. Over time, the artist developed an unquenchable sexual desire that shaped his whole career. Picasso would go crazy over every new woman who came into his life, which led him to having 2 wives, 6 mistresses, and a plethora of short-term affairs. The first woman to catch Pablo Picasso's eye was the beautiful Fernande Olivier. During their 7-year relationship, she was his artistic muse and inspired his work. When they met in 1904, they started living together in his studio the following year. However, their time together was far from a fairy tale, as they were both addicted to opium, and they constantly cheated on each other, which led to him becoming jealous and possessive, even to the point of locking her in the studio while he gallivanted around the city. Then, in 1917, the artist met and married Olga KHOKHLOVA, a Ukrainian-Russian ballet dancer at Ballets Russes. She was smitten by Picasso's charm and eventually left the company, moving to Barcelona with Pablo, where she met his family. Unfortunately, they fought a lot, and by the late 1920s, Picasso was completely taken with another woman, Marie-Thérèse Walter. Olga broke up with Picasso in 1935, when she found out that Walter was pregnant with the artist's child. But Picasso wouldn't let her get a divorce. KHOKHLOVA was depicted in Picasso's art, such as the painting, The Minotaur Maki, and Bullfight, Death of the Torero, as a horse gored by the mythological Minotaur, which is Picasso himself. Marie-Thérèse Walter was probably Picasso's greatest love. She was kind and submissive, taking care of his every need. Some of his most sensual paintings and sculptures were based on her. Walter's body made her a great muse and model for Picasso during his surrealist period. The large still life with a pedestal table is a disguised portrait of Walter or sleeping nude, which shows how much the artist loved Walter's sensual pleasures. In 1935, Picasso met Dora Maar, who was a talented photographer, poet, and painter. She amazed Picasso right away at the Café Les Demoiselles in Paris when she quickly stuck a knife into the table with each of her fingers. Marie-Thérèse Walter was kind and quiet, but Dora Maar was much tougher, especially in terms of her intelligence. Maar was part of the Surrealist movement and an artist in her own right, so their love was very strong. In a powerful painting called Portrait of Dora Maar, she was shown in a cubist style. Picasso had another lover and muse, Françoise GILOT, from 1944 to 1953. She gave birth to his children Claude and Paloma. Soon, GILOT took the place of Dora Maar as his main mistress. She became a strong source of his happiness, which led to the success of his Joy of Life series of ceramics, sculptures, and paintings. The last important woman in his life worth mentioning was Picasso's wife, muse, and loyal assistant, Jacqueline ROQUE, who was with him from 1953 until he died in 1973. When they met, Jacqueline was 27 and had just gotten divorced. She worked as a sales assistant at a shop on the French Riviera, where the artist sold his ceramics. Picasso was very moved by ROQUE, and he made more art about her than he did about any of the other women he liked. Surprisingly, Jacqueline slept outside in the snow over Picasso's grave on the night he was buried. Picasso was a very important person whose presence and actions had terrible consequences. When the artist died, his second wife, Jacqueline ROQUE, forbade most of his family from going to his funeral, isolating herself. His distraught wife slept outside in the snow, slumped over Picasso's grave on the night he was buried. His death caused Picasso's grandson, Pablito, to kill himself, and his son, Paulo, to drink himself to death out of depression. Jacqueline ROQUE soon followed suit, eventually committing suicide. Some people see Picasso's relationships with women in a positive light because they inspired his art, as seen in loving portraits with artistic allegories. Others see him as a misogynistic, abusive man who treated women poorly and was unfaithful. Regardless, It is very clear that his womanizing habits helped him create relatable masterpieces, which go down in history as some of the most sought-after pieces in the world. This concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Do you think his unfaithful lifestyle helped or hindered his work? Do you agree that Pablo Picasso's lifestyle influenced his art? Let me know in the comments below. Click on the subscribe button to get more videos like this, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching Whoa History. See you next time!